last episode, we discussed avoiding ill-gotten gain. I talked about how, as I was praying in Romans 12, I saw the commandment to let my love be without hypocrisy, to hate what is evil. But that verse goes on to say, cling to what is good. We want to cling to what is good. Imagine investing in companies that are promoting goodness in the world. This really hit home for me early in Eventide's history when a person named Tim Weinhold showed up in my life. We were running a house church in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Finney and I, after the church, would talk about this business idea that we had of starting a Christian investment firm. Tim shows up at the house church. Tim was a student of faith and business who was thinking deeply about faith and work, faith and business. Tim overheard Robin and Finney speaking about a Christian mutual fund. Tim said, I know what it means to be a Christian. I know what a mutual fund is. Put that together for me. We talked about avoiding ill-gotten gain, and we showed him the Proverbs 1 passage. Tim said, Robin, that's great. We should avoid ill-gotten gain. But why are you only asking the question about what you're not investing in? If Christians are investing, and if investing is the allocation of capital, where should Christians allocate capital? Then Tim asked a very important question. Tim said, Robin, imagine if God were on the earth and God were an investor. Where would God allocate capital? That question, I believe, is the most important question that anybody has asked me within the context of investing. Where would God want us to allocate capital? We want to invest to help promote flourishing. We saw earlier, a few episodes ago, that our God is a good God that calls good His work. He promotes goodness into the world. He calls us to partner with Him to promote goodness into the world. We are made in His image in order to promote goodness into the world. What does this look like? Let me give you an example. Many years ago, we were investing in a biotech company that is seeking to treat schizophrenia. At that time, I have a friend who's a pastor whose daughter was struggling with schizophrenia. She also had two small daughters of her own. One day, this pastor called me. He was extremely sad. He said, Robin, please pray for my daughter. She's really struggling. And then a few months after that, the daughter went missing. The father and her brothers found her dead. She had bought a gun. This was in Georgia, and shot herself. This was a young woman who would always be praying, always be sharing the gospel, went on mission trips with her dad. Yet, because of schizophrenia, she would hear voices in her head. Imagine if this company that we were investing in, if their drug was approved into the marketplace, her life could have been saved. I remember sitting at that funeral and just feeling so sad that this company's product hadn't been approved into the marketplace yet. But then I thought to myself, imagine all the Priscillas, all the young people, all the older people whose lives can be saved if these products are brought into the marketplace. We as investors, when we partner with these companies, when we allocate dollars into these companies, we're allowing these companies to do the research in order to bring their products into the marketplace. When we consider something like homelessness, a big issue with homelessness is schizophrenia. If we want to treat homelessness, one of the best ways to do that is by treating schizophrenia. We as investors have a huge opportunity to allocate capital into the companies whose products are serving the needs of the world, whose practices are good for their neighbors and their stakeholders. Early on at Eventide, our tagline was invest without compromise. After spending time with Tim Weinhold, as we started imagining the amazing opportunity that we have as investors, we ended up changing our tagline. Our tagline now is investing that makes the world rejoice. It comes from the Bible verse, when the righteous prosper, the city rejoices, but when the wicked prosper, the people groan. The Bible also says that when the righteous prosper, the city rejoices, and when the wicked are defeated, there are shouts of joy. Imagine partnering with the businesses, with the companies who are uplifting society, So as these companies are prospering, as we as investors are prospering, the whole world is rejoicing. Instead, when the wicked prosper, when tobacco prospers, when pornography prospers, when abortion prospers, the people groan. The poor are groaning under the weight of that suffering. Let us not partner with exploitation. Let us not partner with suffering. Let us partner with the companies that are promoting the common good and promoting human flourishing. I often say that business is an engine of blessing. Business can also be an engine of creating a lot of harm in the world. The thing about business is that a business that's creating blessing is creating sustained blessing, and the profits are reinvested into the business, and that blessing continues to grow into the world. The question that I would have for all of us that are listening is, what kind of world do we want to live in? What kinds of companies and businesses do we want to see promoted in the world? Let's put our capital into those types of businesses so that we could root those businesses on and we could cheer for them and participate in their growth. And so as these companies are prospering, we're also rejoicing alongside them.